a faraway land of evil witches. Yours truly, good fairies, a castle, a king, a queen, and a baby daughter, the little princess whom I would cause to be known as Sleeping Beauty. Now, this doodah king and his moon-faced queen were so proud of their new little rugrat that they went and threw this big wingding in her honor, inviting everybody in the whole doodah kingdom, including my so-good-you-wanna-throw-up fairy sisters.
Do not be alarmed, my friends. These are the good fairies of our realm. Their sister, the Wicked Witch, was not invited.
No, she wasn't, Furface, and for that you're gonna pay. So anyway, all my goody two-shoes sisters gotta come and bless the little crib monkey. I mean, like she needs help, right? She's only got a king and queen for parents, poor baby. One sister gives her beauty, one sister gives her that till I'm gagging. By the time my youngest sister, little Snaggletooth, is about to lay something on the kid, I can't take it anymore. Don't mean to crash the bash, folks, but I've got a blessing for the little thumb sucker. At the age of 15, the princess will die from being pricked by the needle of a weaving spindle. Well, of course, that threw them all into a weeping tizzy until meddling little Snaggletooth had to get into the act. She told him not to worry because she still had her blessing to make, and that it would be that the princess would not die, but only be put into a deep sleep for 100 years, after which some handsome yokel prince would come along and break the spell, meaning the princess would live happily ever after, and all that nonsense. However, the king wasn't going to take any chances, so he had every weaving spindle in the whole kingdom tossed in a pile and burned. At any rate, time passed, and the little princess grew up to become a big princess with the long blonde hair and big blue eyes and beauty and grace and all that boring kind of stuff my sisters had blessed her with. And naturally, being a princess, she didn't have a thing to do the whole doodah day except sit and watch the world go by. The servant girls were so jealous of the princess, they would stand and stare at her, hoping a pimple would break out on her nose. Anything. She was just too perfect. But what everyone seemed to have forgotten was my little curse that I placed on the princess. Everyone but me, that is. What is it, Kitty? Where are you going? Wait for me. You see, the moment she turned 15, my little friend Kitty had been instructed to lead the princess to the old tower near the edge of the castle grounds. There she would follow him inside and up the stairs to the very top where you know who would be waiting for her. Come in, dearie. Congratulations and a happy 15th birthday to you. Come to do a little weaving and fulfill your destiny, have you? An evil curse has brought me here. There's nothing I can do. Isn't that the truth? Well, my sisters gave you everything they promised. It's only right that I give you what I promised. That's it. Prick your little fingers, dearie. That was that. But then I decided why not turn out the lights on the whole bunch of them. The king and queen, the palace guard, the cook and his freckle-faced little helper. I mean, I was having so much fun, I even shut down the fountains and put the freeze on anything that moved or breathed. The entire castle was under my spell, and for the next 100 years, the only thing that had life around that joint was the ivy. Now, you see, the moral to this story was to be, watch out who it is that you don't invite to your party. Now, I know you're gonna find this hard to believe, but the old girl here made one big mistake. I forgot all about Snaggletooth and her little scheme. I mean, who would have thought my sugar plum fairy kid sister knew anything about witchcraft? Enter the handsome young prince, wouldn't you know? Here it is 100 years later, and he comes riding up on his big white horse, and the ivy parts for him like magic. Yeah, wow.
Must see where these stairs lead.
Do you believe that? Well, what's a witch to do? I automatically switch to that. tower. I do my best work in the tower. We all know where he's headed, right? So I decide to let him go inside before I make my move. That's me, fluttering gracefully. That's it. Just a little further. That's fine, sweetie. I goes here. Ha-ha! Hear me. Just 'cause you're a prince don't mean you can barge in and spoil my beautiful magic spell. Toodaloo, sweetie. Sorry about her. Sometimes sisters can be a real pain. Know what I mean? Now get up those steps. I think 100 years is long enough to keep a pretty young girl waiting, don't you? That's it. Go on. Don't be shy. You know how many guys would give their right arm to have your destiny?
She's beautiful.
Well, don't just stand there like a big lummox. This is the part where you get to be a hero. You give her a peck on the lips, then you hold it for a couple of beats, then she wakes up. So get to it. There. Now you'll see the kid will be back to her old self in no time.
Beautiful princess.
Okay, you win some, you lose some. And now the fire's going, the fountain's glowing, everybody's coming back to life. Hey, I had it my own way for 100 years, you know? I mean, nobody's perfect, except maybe little Miss Blue Eyes there. Everything's going back to the way it was. Now the princess has a prince, you can just imagine what the next step is.
Fair princess, I offer you my hand in marriage. Do you accept?
Oh, yes, I do.
Then we'll announce our engagement at once.
Oh, what can I tell you? The handsome prince and his beautiful bride become man and wife. Everybody is tickled pink. The king and queen are so proud of their little princess that naturally they throw another big party. And whom do they even invite this time? Truth is, I hate parties. That was too much happiness for an old witch to endure. But it certainly seemed to suit the prince and his sleeping beauty. Oh, you guessed it. They lived happily ever after.
Once upon a time, there was a magical kingdom ruled by a noble king and his loving queen. The king and queen possessed all that life had to offer, with one exception, a child. They would have given everything they owned for such a blessing, and they prayed for it every day until finally their prayers were answered.
Our little girl.
So, my queen, I think you should be the one to pick the name for our beautiful child.
I already have one. I want our child to be named Snow White because of her fair and beautiful skin.
And so it was decreed. The little girl was to be known from that day forth as Snow White, the fairest of them all. And with every passing season, Snow White became even more beautiful, until she had grown to become a young lady, adored by all, not only for her beauty on the outside, but for her gentle, loving manner. Even the creatures of the forest were her friends. Then one day, a terrible tragedy struck, destroying Snow White's world. Her mother mother, the queen, was taken by a sudden and fatal illness.
Oh, Mother, how am I to live now? We will miss you so very much, Mother.
And indeed, the good queen would be missed by the entire kingdom, even the animals. But time passed and the king remarried. Now Snow White had a stepmother, Esmeralda, a scheming and jealous woman who could not tolerate the thought of anything or anyone getting more attention or being considered more beautiful than herself. One rumor in the kingdom even held that Esmeralda was a witch.
Tell me now, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
Well, now, Queenie, I can't lie. When you hear this, you'll want to die. But Snow White has a fairy face. She's number one around this place.
Well, then we'll just have to get rid of Miss Snow White. You are to take the young girl, Snow White, far out into the deepest regions of the forest, and you are to make certain she never returns. Do I make myself clear?
And so the hunter led poor Snow White deep into the forest, but he could not find it in his heart to carry out the queen's order.
Your stepmother not only ordered me to bring you here, Snow White, but to take your life as well. But I cannot.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, but you must never return, for the queen would have your head, and mine as well.
And now Snow White was all alone in the big forest. Alone and afraid, for never in her life had she been this far from home.
Now what am I to do? I've nowhere to go, and I don't know anyone here in the forest.
Oh, a little house. Somebody must be living there, but they would have to be very small. I'll just see if anyone's home. Hello? Is anyone in there? Oh, so cute, like a doll's house. My. Oh, and there are 7 tiny beds. Oh, so tiny.
And so Snow White, exhausted from the day's frightful events, fell into a sound sleep. Meanwhile, the occupants of the house, 7 dwarves named Grumpy, Sleepy, Dopey, Happy, Doc, Sneezy, and Bashful, were all returning from a hard day's work at the mine. Naturally, they were tired as well, and the last thing they expected to find was someone sleeping in their beds.
All right, which one of you guys invited her?
She's a girl.
Who is she?
I wish I knew.
Is she dead? No, Dopey. She's waking up.
Oh, these beds must belong to you. Please forgive me for sleeping in them. I was lost in the forest and all by myself without any place to rest. But who are you?
You are in the company of the 7 dwarfs. On behalf of all of us, you are most welcome here.
Thank you very much for your hospitality.
But who are you and how did you get here?
My name is Snow White, and after my mother died, my stepmother had me taken into the forest by this hunter with instructions to kill me to make certain I would never return.
Killing people's not very nice.
Well, don't worry yourself about it. You'll be safe right here with us.
Yes, this'll be your home and you'll be one of us.
Thank you. Will I have to shrink?
No, we love you just the way you are, Snow White.
So in the midst of the forest, Snow White had found a home, and with it, 7 little people who were willing to be her friends and accept her for being just who she was.
Bye. So long.
Bye-bye, everybody. I'll see you. Well, I'll just clean up and make everything as nice as I can.
And so Snow White cleaned and scrubbed their house, washed and dried their clothes, and even found time to bake them her very special dessert.
Who'd like a piece of lemon ice cake?
Oh, this is better than an after-dinner nap.
While back at the castle, Snow White's wicked stepmother was anxious to confirm that she was, once again, the fairest in the land.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Now, suppose you tell who's the fairest one of all.
Well, Queenie dear, the truth is that you still don't have the goods. Because Snow White is alive and well and living in the woods.
That does it. I'll fix her once and for all.
And so the wicked Queen Esmeralda went down into her secret room in the basement of the castle and began to prepare the most deadly, poisonous brew she could possibly concoct.
Now I shall take one of these irresistibly delicious apples and coat it with my special brew.
whoever shall but taste of this apple will die instantly. Now I ask you, could Snow White turn down a treat as enticing as this? Certainly not.
Now transformed into the wicked witch she truly was, Esmeralda visited her stepdaughter at the cottage of the 7 dwarfs.
Yes? What is it?
Been meaning to pay you a visit. I'm a neighbor of yours and thought you might enjoy one of my apples, dear.
Oh, my favorite treat in the whole wide world. A big, beautiful apple. Mmm.
There. Fee-fi-fo-fum, fee-fi-fo-fum, fee-fi. She'll die. Now I'm finally rid of her. Oh, yeah.
And so, in her innocence, poor Snow White had accepted the old lady's gift. And when the dwarfs returned home that evening, they found her lying on the ground as though in deep, eternal sleep. Heartbroken, they refused to believe she would not one day awaken. They constructed a special bed for Snow White and enclosed it with glass, and, along with the creatures of the forest, kept a constant vigil over the beautiful young princess. Until one day, as if by fate, a very special visitor chanced to come upon this strange gathering.
A rider's coming. It appears to be some kind of royalty, men.
Indeed, it was the prince of the neighboring kingdom.
Greetings, little men. Is something wrong?
Your Majesty, someone has cast a horrible spell over our friend Snow White. Perhaps you could help break that spell.
Would that I had that power, for my eyes have never beheld such loveliness.
Oh, please, Your Highness. Perhaps if you were to speak to her, she might respond. Would you try?
I promised that if some miracle brought back her life, I'd swear to her my love and ask her to be my princess.
What was that?
It was a piece of fruit that had been lodged in her throat. Look, she's stirring. I think she's coming back to life. As you slept, I swore my love to you and would now ask if you will take my hand in marriage.
Yes.
My queen.
My king.
Bye-bye.
So long to all of you, and thank you for everything. I shall never forget your kindness. I promise to visit you often. Take care.
And so the handsome young prince returned to his castle with Snow White, his bride-to-be, and there, once more, vowed his love to the beautiful princess. Meanwhile, back at the castle of the evil Queen Esmeralda...
Now, perhaps you will answer, in a manner to which I'm far more accustomed. Try and tell me now, mirror on the wall, I'm not the fairest one of all?
Well, Queenie girl, I'll tell you straight. At best, you never look too great. And furthermore, if you insist, you wouldn't make the ugly list. Snow White is fairer now than ever. You're as fair as you are clever.
You make fun of me. I can't stand that. Now you'll see Esmeralda's vengeance. No one gets the better of me.
Suddenly, a violent electrical storm unleashed itself as the evil witch flew from the castle, determined to finish Snow White once and for all. But instead, the storm put an end to Esmeralda. Her sword, acting as a lightning rod, drew a great bolt of electricity, which frazzled her into a pile of dust to be blown away into the far reaches of the kingdom, until there was nothing left of Snow White's evil stepmother. The news of the witch's death soon spread to the neighboring kingdom. And the beautiful Snow White became man and wife. The entire kingdom rejoiced with them in their happiness. Soon after, the prince was crowned king, and Snow White his queen. And the two of them lived happily ever after.
I know it's difficult, Cinderella, but you must remember you have a new mother.
What my father didn't understand was that, try as I might, I could never forget that I now had a stepmother and two stepsisters. It was their coldness toward me that made me cling even stronger to the memory of my real mother, a memory they tried so hard to destroy.
Why did you go?
But I still had my adoring father, who always found time to take me riding and allow me to win our races, pretending so hard he was really trying. And then, suddenly, without warning, he too was taken from me. And as I wept at his graveside, I could feel the cold, tearless stares of the three people who would now make my life even more miserable. Time passed so slowly, one season to the next, 1 year to the next. My life having become a blur of drudgery and loneliness. My stepmother, as well as my stepsisters, treated me like nothing more than a household slave. And that is indeed what I had become.
Cinderella, you have 2 minutes to finish your supper.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, but I can hardly wait to get my invitation to the palace ball.
I would think you have about as much chance of receiving an invitation as our little Miss Sootface over there.
Is that right? Well, I'd say my chances are much better than yours.
Oh, pray tell.
You'll see. Not only will I be invited, but I'll be chosen by Prince John.
Mother, Cinderella's eavesdropping on us again.
Oh, no, ma'am. Honestly, I'm not.
I see you backtalk me or my daughters. You'll pay the price. Now go find some floors to scrub. And be quick about it. Go on.
Yes, ma'am.
I sometimes think she forgets she's the maid around this house.
And nothing more.
Don't bother yourselves, my darlings. I shall break her yet.
How I love the nighttime. The peace and quiet, sitting all alone, gazing at the moon and dreaming of far-off places. It was all that I had to look forward to in my life. But then, suddenly, I would be forced back to reality by the ugly sound of their laughter, and I'd know it was me they were laughing at. Then the big day arrived. The palace ball was to be held that evening, and the king's invitations had been delivered, even to our house.
That you and your daughters are invited to attend the palace ball, which is to be held this evening. All right, we've done it, girls. We've done it. Oh, I'm so happy. I just can't believe it. This is the luckiest day of my life. I am willing to bet money that one of my girls gets chosen by the prince.
Well, I'll be the one he chooses, of course.
Not after he sets eyes on me, I wouldn't think.
Well, we most definitely know who we won't pick. My poor Cinderella. She'll be too busy to go because she will be scrubbing and cleaning the entire house until we return from the ball. Is that clear?
Perfectly.
The entire house.
Yes. I ran from the house filled with hurt and disappointment until I realized there was nowhere else for me to go. No one to run to. And so I returned to the house to face the scolding that I knew I was bound to receive.
Ungrateful girl, you should be locked up for running away. Believe me, if there wasn't so much work to be done, that's precisely the means I'd use to discipline you. Now back to scrubbing floors, girl.
Yes, stepmother. I would have given anything to have gone with them and to have caught even a glimpse of the handsome prince. But instead, I swept and scrubbed and mopped until the house was spotless. Then, near exhaustion, I went to lay flowers at my parents' graves.
Cinderella, stop crying. I am your fairy godmother. I have come here to grant you any wish your heart desires. Don't be afraid now, my dear. I want you to wish for something that's special. Something you'd like more than anything else in the world.
To go to the palace ball.
Your wish is granted. All you must do is bring me a pumpkin, 2 mice, and a lizard. Hurry now.
Yes, fairy godmother. Will this pumpkin do?
Well, everything looks in order. Now I shall make you fit for a much more than she bargained for. And when the prince asks for a dance, don't be afraid to say yes.
Your Royal Majesty, may I present yet another young subject to the crown? Now go ahead. You may now approach His Highness Prince John.
Where does she come from? I've never seen her before.
It's certainly taken with her, isn't
Really? Good evening, Your Highness.
She is a gorgeous.
Shall we? Maestro!
Yes, Your Highness.
Ready?
Our son seems to be quite enamored of that particular young lady there.
Yes, I would approve his choosing her.
As would I.
No name?
Shameless the way she's making eyes at him.
Just when I knew he was mine.
I could go on dancing forever with you. I believe grown-ups would have called it love. I'm not sure. I only knew that being in the palace, dressed in my beautiful gown and crystal slippers, dancing with the prince himself, I completely lost track of time. He had to be the most handsome young man I had ever seen, and I was the happiest girl in the world.
What's wrong?
What time is it?
Going on midnight?
Cinderella?
Please! Please listen to me! You can't leave yet! I don't know your name! At least tell me where I can find you! Wait! The slipper! She was so special. I must find her again. But how? Yes, the slipper! No matter what it takes, I will find that beautiful young girl who has captured my heart. I know that you are out there somewhere. And when my page gets back, you'll be my queen. You will take this slipper throughout the realm. All the young maidens of the kingdom shall be invited to try it on. You will not rest until you find its perfect fit.
Well, of course, my foot might be a little swollen.
Yes, well, try your best, my dear.
I don't understand.
We have received word from a woman who claims the slipper belongs to her daughter. I'm afraid that will be all for today. Thank you. This was the daughter, madam.
Evidently not. I sometimes get confused. Well, we don't yet better clean your slipper like a good girl. You must try it harder, Wadonia, harder.
Obviously, it's mine. It's just that crystal, so I'm forgiving.
Keep trying.
I believe you've made a mistake, dear.
I suppose.
Perhaps another sibling.
I'm afraid I have only 2 daughters.
And might I just ask who that other pretty maiden might be, then?
I'm sorry. That's just the maid, up to her usual trick of eavesdropping on us.
But she must try the slipper. It is an order from the prince. You'll please step right over here. Come on now, there's nothing to be afraid of.
This is a complete waste of time.
As well as a joke.
Go ahead, dear, try it. It actually seems to fit. Yes, perfectly. It's her. I must take you to the prince immediately.
But how on earth can this be?
Once again, you'll need a fine gown to wear.